Hello guys, how are you all? I'm back with another new episode of Demon Emperor. As we saw at the end of the last episode, Fan asks Elder Yuan, is it against the rules for me to become sect leader? Besides, some people won't want to see me sitting in that chair, then won't there be disputes? Elder Yuan replied with a smile, that's where you're mistaken. When you take the throne, there won't be any fights, because more than half of the elders already listen to you. They themselves wish for you to become the sect leader. And as for Venerable Shi, well, he is a selfish person. He doesn't care whether it's you or Jie Wuyue who becomes sect leader. And surely, he's not going to risk his life for Jie Wuyue. He just wanted to escape from here. That's the evidence. When such people see you've come into power, they will want to enjoy the power by becoming ministers. You've already defeated Tian Yu's imperial family and brought peace to the nation, so you know how to rule. After hearing this, Fan says, Elder Yuan, the matter is not about ruling. I and Chu Qingcheng, we just want to. Fan was just about to say something when Elder Yuan raised his hand to stop him. You started all this, so now you must finish it yourself. You've damaged Jie Wuyue's reputation in the eyes of people. If you flee now, the demon scheming sect will collapse. It is due to you that its power has weakened, so now the responsibility lies with you. Fan took a deep breath and nodded. As for the sect rules, he laughed. Look at you worrying about which side I'm on. I am on the side of the sect's bright future. The old strict rules are nothing to me. If something is beneficial to the sect, the rules can be changed. Matters of love are no exception to this. After that, Elder Yuan looked at Fan seriously and said with great hope, Fan, I know you don't care about the sect or the labor office. However, I just heard you call yourself a disciple of the demon scheming sect and refer to this place as your home. I know you were just making excuses earlier. The truth is you still want to run away, but this old man hopes that the next time you say those words, it will be from your heart. Fan's body trembled, and then he said, I have never considered any place a home until my own people were there. That's human nature. Elder Yuan nodded with a smile. Yes, well, now you can't escape becoming sect leader. Following this, Fan said, all right, and began to leave with Chu Qingcheng. Just then, Elder Yuan stopped him. Wait! Fan turned around and asked, what happened, Elder Yuan? Elder Yuan quickly pulled out a jade slip and threw it to Fan. Fan was shocked. On the other hand, Elder Yuan took a deep breath and said, this contains an art that I've developed through years of experience and introspection. It will be very beneficial for someone like you who ventures into risks. What? This is the true self-art. Elder Yuan nodded and said, yes, this is the true self-art. Humans originated from primal chaos, and when they were true to themselves, they never hid their feelings. But over time, this truth has faded. But every cultivator, whether demonic or righteous, returns to their true form as they move towards the stakes. Now the question arises, is this new reality a cycle, bringing us back to the beginning? Is this some kind of enlightenment? If it's a cycle, why do we spend so many years cultivating only to return to our true form? I searched a lot for this answer, but I couldn't find it. Then I discovered this art. It is not an extraordinary cultivation method, but it can grant a cultivator mental peace and free them from the obstacle of heart demon. Removing the obstacle of the heart demon. Fan was shaken and held the jade slip with trembling hands. He began to think, cultivators fear heart demons the most. Even a slight disturbance can halt progress, and if severe, it could destroy everything. This art truly is a gem that can rescue from such situations. I never expected that Elder Yuan, a cultivator from the mere mortal domain, would have such deep understanding. It proves that greatness doesn't only come from strength, but also from comprehension. This old man might not be as powerful as the ancient emperor, but he is undoubtedly a true sage of life. Fan now began to look at Elder Yuan with an even greater sense of respect. After that, Elder Yuan smiled and pointed at himself. Fan, do you see? My cultivation is still at the bone tempering stage. I am not pretending. This truly is my real cultivation stage. All of this is because of the true self-art. Fan and Chu Qingcheng looked at each other in astonishment. This Elder Yuan could kill an ethereal stage expert with a single finger, and yet his cultivation is only at bone tempering? Had the true self-art consumed his cultivation? Elder Yuan noticed their doubtful expressions and began to explain to them. The true self-art is essentially cultivation of the heart. Its effect is such that your external cultivation diminishes, or rather, you return to your true form. As you regress to earlier stages, your strength grows like a child who is pure and innocent. On this path, the power increases to such an extent that it feels like a new awakening is taking place. But this level is so profound that even I cannot comprehend what lies ahead. What happens when strength and cultivation together return to the origin? Or will an entirely new path of cultivation unfold? To my limited understanding, this is beyond me. All I wish for is that someone reaches the end of this path and proves me right. Hearing all of this, Fan's eyes began to quiver. Another path, a journey that no one has ever completed before. He clenched the jade slip tightly. Cultivation decreases, but strength increases. I never thought of this before. And Elder Yuan was right. If cultivation reaches the origin and strength reaches the Emperor stage, then what happens after that? What will occur when someone reaches the realm where neither cultivation can decrease, nor strength can increase? Will a new direction of cultivation emerge? Or will everything shatter and descend into chaos? I don't know. But for some reason, my heart is pounding so hard. There's risk of death, but this path is worthy for me. On the other side, Elder Yuan looked deeply into his eyes and said, Fan, you're someone who seeks to understand the Tao, rather than merely considering strength as the ultimate goal. That's why I'm giving you this true self art, so that you can find the answer to this question. I wanted to pass on this art to my disciple, but he's strayed far away from the Tao. To embrace the true self art, it requires understanding and devotion. Otherwise, cultivation will only decrease and one will receive nothing. If I gave it to him, this art would have been wasted. Before Elder Yuan could finish speaking, a familiar voice echoed, Master! Trembling, he looked towards Fan. Fan was kneeling and bowed his head to the ground 3 times, saying, Master, I am grateful to receive your legacy. I will live up to your expectations. Elder Yuan was completely stunned, and Cheng gave a gentle laugh. Oh, Master, Fan never leaves a debt unpaid. If he receives something from someone, he always repays it. And now, since he has considered you his master, it means he understands the worth of your gift. He couldn't think of any other way to thank you, so he bowed down and accepted you as his master. At that moment, Fan stood up, blood dripping from his forehead. He said to Elder Yuan, Master, you asked me if I considered the demon scheming sect my home. Now I can say with full certainty, as long as Master is in this sect will be my home. This is my promise. Elder Yuan looked at Fan and nodded slightly with approval. Very well. Giving you this technique is as if I've handed it to my own disciple. Now I have no regrets. Fan, you search for the Tao, and you continue to move towards it. Even though your comprehension surpasses mine, you must still thoroughly understand this art. I will wait for the day you fully grasp it. Hearing this, Fan smiled and responded, Master, you are very kind. But after receiving such a great gift from you, I don't know what to give you in return. I feel ashamed. Hearing this, Elder Yuan laughed aloud. Ha ha ha. You just said something similar to your lady. You don't like taking favors from anyone. You might have forgotten, but you already gave me a gift, the 10th grade heaven-reaching pill. Hearing this, Fan said, How can that ordinary 10th grade pill compare to this art? To this, Elder Yuan replied, For me, it is enough. This world has many individuals with talent, but very few who can truly recognize it. Just as you have understood the importance of this art, most would simply consider it worthless. But I am glad that you are capable of handling it. Elder Yuan laughed and waved his hand. Now go outside and wait. Fan once again deeply bowed while looking at Elder Yuan one last time, and then he exited with Cheng alongside him. As soon as they left, tears welled up in Elder Yuan's eyes, and he softly smiled, saying, At last, I have passed on my legacy. Right in the main hall, as soon as Fan and Cheng stepped out, Xie Wuyue began glaring at them with burning eyes and started thinking, how did they come out alive? Why didn't High Venerable seize the chance to kill them? He erupted in anger. Just then, Elder Yuan's voice echoed, summoning Xie Wuyue inside. Hearing this, Xie Wuyue stood up. As he walked past them, seething in anger, he kept glaring at them and then walked inside with heavy steps. Inside, Elder Yuan was still sitting on his prayer mat. He gestured for him to sit down. Hearing this, Xie Wuyue burst out, High Venerable, why didn't you kill them? If Fan had died here, the others would have been like a headless body. Then we could have crushed them together with the inner sector. Xie Wuyue's eyes turned red with rage. Those old men, supporting that lowly Fan, and against me, they deserve death. On the other hand, Elder Yuan calmly looked at him with cold eyes, and taking a deep breath said, Wuyue, you will have to relinquish your position. Elder Yuan's voice turned heavy. Hearing this, Xie Wuyue shuddered. What did you say? But why? Xie Wuyue erupted in fury.